Sure.
You know, I sometimes feel that the more we try to prove ourselves, the more disconnected we become from what we actually feel in this very moment. It's as if we drift into an energy field of division instead of connection. Because when we're in true alignment, in coherence with how we actually feel, we're also in alignment with the source, with the essence that flows through everything and everyone. Like the way I see it, we're not separate entities. We're all unique expressions of one and the same consciousness, like different notes in a single melody of being. This morning I got up very early with my son, and we decided to take a little walk through the forest, through the autumnal forest, and he took his little camera with him and I took mine. And yeah, we didn't film much, but just a couple of things that inspired us, just, some impressions, just like sketching. It was beautiful. I sometimes, or not sometimes, lately I've been thinking a lot about kind of the human need for proof. And especially now when everything, can be caught and kind of flattened into the second dimension, so to speak. It's also easy to live through that layer and to try to kind of show life instead of really living it and really kind of letting it flow through you and be present. But I don't see it black and white, because I feel like there's a difference, I think, between creating from being and proving. And this goes for the creative process, but also for our existence, for life in general, our being. I feel that there is a circle between impression and expression, like our breath that just moves in circles, right? Life is circular, and so no matter how hard we try to prove ourselves, we always will circle back to that origin, to that source, which is everything, which is you, which is me, which is all of this. So what we also perceive as frequencies and as waves, as ebb and flow, is actually all circular. There is no goal. There is only rhythm. And it begins and it ends in presence. I think I'm in a midlife crisis right now. I really have to admit it. I really do think that. But that's another story for another video. It's really, wow. Last week I got a visit from my dear friend Faye. She's become like a little sister to me. We actually met here on YouTube. And she's originally from Yemen, where I spent my first school year a long, long time ago. And she came to Germany to work as a doctor. And I can hardly fathom her story sometimes. I should really make a separate video about her and her story, but I love her so much. She just turned 28, and I'm 42, and we're in totally different stages of our life, but our friendship is so enriching and was never divided by age. And I can really remember my own 20s very well, and how much pressure I felt to prove myself, like to become someone. And I think that's what most people feel in that decade of their lives, like that urge to prove that they're worthy of being here. And I have to say that for me, that need to prove myself has slowly loosened its grip with age, and I hope it will get even better. And although, I have to say I'm not free from struggle, like I'm really far from it, but yeah, I just faced several heavy losses in the past years. And sometimes I feel I'm walking through the swamps of sadness from the never-ending story. Like, really, I feel like I'm not sure if I'll make it through, but then I remind myself that even loss is a kind of awakening, and at least it strips away the illusion that time is endless and that love is guaranteed and that life can wait. And in that awareness, I realize that I don't want to spend another moment trying to prove my worth. My worth has always been real, and your worth has always been real, and it was never something to earn, it was always something to remember.
Right now, I say it out loud. Faye does not care anymore.
And and you don't need to prove your worth to anyone.
Yeah.
Especially not to those toxic.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm right now living in my new reality. I'm not living in the past, sweetie. I should always remind myself that I'm safe. I'm here. I have my, my own safe space right now. I don't have to be as in this survival mood anymore,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you. It's just...
Yeah, I'm so proud of the little Faye that she made it till now,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
And I mean, it's so crazy. If anyone kind of just knew parts of your story, like one day, oh my God,
Every time you're in a very stressful situation or a sad moment where you thought that you would never ever be out of this, you're gonna be out.
Yeah.
And you're gonna live your life peacefully, happily. Yeah. I didn't see my laugh for so many years, sweetie. I was just crying and just hoping, like, I hope the next day will not be stressful as today. But right now, I'm just so proud that my days, are just so peaceful.
For me, imagining your days are like... and you're working the whole time, like in a foreign country, speaking a foreign language that you learned in 1.5 years, moving, making moving apartments via train, carrying your stuff like each weekend with a train from one apartment to another. Like, what my friend Anne said yesterday, it should be forbidden. Things like that should be forbidden. It's like so crazy. I mean, you're so strong. Now we should go to bed. But we have that recorded now for our memory.
Yeah.
That's a good
We're gonna
thing.
watch it like next time.
Yeah, it's so sad that we live so far away from each other.
But one time we're gonna be, so close also to each other.
We will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love you, sweetie.
Hi! Mit der Weltkugel hier. It doesn't even turn. The world is tired, sick and tired. It doesn't even want to turn anymore. At least we have yummy food.
Yeah, so yummy.
I mean, it's pretty clear if you kind of go beyond these kind of rules and categories. It's harder to control, and to keep that structure and order of like kind of the patriarch at the top, and each time something becomes more sort of fluid, it's always harder to control.
It's always,
and to keep that keep that power structure.
And to be honest, that's really sad.
That's really sad.
Yeah, you want to have connection, you want to meet people, but always there's this rules that blah 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 blah.
Yeah, but who made those rules, and do these rules actually make people happy?
No.
So why do people follow these rules?
Because they're afraid to show their true self. Yeah.
That's so sad.
So sad.
So sad. Look at that. It looks like an angel's wing, but I think it comes from a pigeon that tried to fly for the first time. Here's one again. Hello. As you can see, even the little feather imprints here. I don't know if you can see it. Feelings want to be felt. Feelings need to be felt. Like, I've been saying this over and over here again, but just a reminder that there's no way around it. Like, the more you try to escape and distract yourself, prove your worth, your existence, like trying to be seen by those or that which gives you that validation, those uncomfortable feelings, they will always find a way to get your attention. Always. And I know what I'm talking about. Like this whole year, I've been trying to avoid to feel the pain and really the scary, uncomfortable feelings. It's like I've been trying, to put this tiny little band-aid on this big festering wound. Like, that's kind of insane. The lesson is, I have to get through this on my own. And if there's anything that I should prove, then it's that I'm worthy of unconditional love. I need to prove that to myself. Like, we all do. We all do. What we refuse to feel doesn't vanish. It just hides. And from that hidden place, it begins to shape our lives. Every emotion we suppress becomes part of the landscape we walk through. We keep meeting it again and again, in different faces, different stories, different moments, until we have the courage to meet it within ourselves. And that is why people so often find themselves in the same patterns, attracting the same kind of relationship or loss or disappointment. Life isn't punishing us. It is mirroring what still longs to be felt. We don't just manifest what we want. We also manifest the shadows of what we avoid, the unspoken, the unfelt, the unfinished. Emotions need to complete their natural cycle. They are like waves of energy. They rise, peak, and fall when we let them. When we try to prove ourselves, we disconnect from that flow. We shift into the mind, into performance, into control, and our frequency becomes fragmented. Every feeling we ever had leaves an imprint in our energetic blueprint, the story of everything that has shaped us. And when we let those feelings be felt without resistance, we start to rewrite that blueprint from the inside out. And I think why so many of us choose to escape and suppress their uncomfortable feelings is because unfelt emotion has no contours, no edges. It feels overpowering, like an ocean with no shore. But once it's seen, once it's named with awareness, it becomes something instead of everything. And in that moment, the pain or the uncomfortable feeling transforms from something that happens to us into something that moves through us. It's no longer an enemy. It's energy finding its way home. And it will find its way home, one way or another.